there. I am Kaylin from San Francisco Business School. Today, we will show you the hack points for SAT Advanced Math, and we will show exercises for each topic as well. Advanced Math focuses on the math you'll need to pursue further study in disciplines such as science or economics and for career opportunities in the STEM fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. SAT Advanced Math area measures skills and knowledge central for progression to more advanced math courses, including demonstrating an understanding of absolute value, quadratic, exponential, polynomial, rational, radical, and other nonlinear equations. The SAT exam will have around 13 to 15 questions from the advanced math content domain. There are 3 skills and knowledge testing points in the advanced math content domain. 1. Equivalent expressions. 2. Nonlinear equations in one variable and systems of equations in 2 variables. 3. Nonlinear functions. Let's review each skill and knowledge point and see some SAT advanced math exercises for each. 1. Equivalent expressions. Equivalent expressions are algebraic expressions that, despite having different forms, produce the same result for any value of the variables. Importance: understanding equivalent expressions is crucial for simplifying algebraic advanced math problems, solving equations, and performing algebraic manipulations. Basic principles of equivalent expressions. Commutative property. Addition: a plus b equals b plus a. Multiplication: a times b equals b times a. Associative property. Addition: a plus b plus c equals a plus b plus c. Multiplication: a times b times c equals a times b times c. Distributive property. A times b plus c equals a times b plus a times c. Recognizing equivalent expressions. Simplification: combine like terms and use properties to simplify expressions. Example 1. Simplify 2x plus 3x minus 4 plus x. Solution: combine like terms. 2x plus 3x plus x minus 4 is equal to 6x minus 4. Equivalent expression: 6x, 4. Techniques for finding equivalent expressions. Factoring and expanding. Use the distributive property to factor and expand expressions. Example 2. Find an equivalent expression for 3 times x plus 2 plus 4x. Solution: expand 3 times x plus 2 equals 3x plus 6, then add 4x. 3x plus 6 plus 4x is equal to 7x plus 6. Equivalent expression: 7x plus 6. Equivalent expressions practice problems. Example 3. Identify if the expressions for times x plus 1, 2 and 4x plus 2 are equivalent. Solution: expand 4 times x plus 1, 2 is equal to 4x plus 4 minus 2 is equal to 4x plus 2. Equivalent: yes, both expressions simplify to 4x plus 2. Example 4. Determine the equivalent expression for 2 times a plus b, 3 times b a. Solution: expand. 2a plus 2b minus 3b plus 3a is equal to 5a minus b. Equivalent expression: 5ab. Application in SAT Advanced Math problems. Strategy: recognize and use equivalent expressions to simplify complex problems and solve equations efficiently. Example 5. Solve for x if 3x plus 4 equals 2x plus 8. Solution: rearrange to form an equivalent expression. 3x 2x equals 8 to 4. Solve x equals 4. Common mistakes to avoid. Ignoring parentheses. Remember to apply the distributive property correctly when parentheses are involved. Forgetting to combine like terms. Always combine like terms to simplify the expression fully. Summary and key takeaways. Equivalent expressions represent the same quantity and are essential for algebraic manipulation. Mastery of properties, commutative, associative, distributive, is crucial in recognizing and forming equivalent expressions. Practice identifying and creating equivalent expressions to build confidence for the SAT Advanced Math section. Here is a list of exercises for equivalent expressions. You can see the answers and rationales for each exercise in our SAT Advanced Math article. The link is in the description of this video. SFBS Digital SAT Math Prep through Questions program. San Francisco Business School offers a comprehensive digital SAT Math Prep program taught by veteran SAT exam writers, 99th percentile SAT instructors, and exam experts. The program cracks down each content domain and 19 skills and knowledge testing points through 322 realistic digital SAT math questions. You will see all the different types of questions that may appear in digital SAT. You can see the link to this program in the description area of the video. 2. Nonlinear equations in one variable and systems of equations in two variables. Nonlinear equations in one variable. A nonlinear equation in one variable is an equation in which the variable is raised to a power other than 1, appears in the denominator, or is part of a function like a square root or absolute value. Common examples include quadratic equations, cubic equations, and equations involving square roots or absolute values. We've listed types of nonlinear equations and how to solve these SAT Advanced Math questions below. Types of nonlinear equations. Quadratic equations. A times x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Cubic equations. A times x cubed plus b times x squared plus cx plus d equals 0. Equations involving square roots. X plus 2 is equal to 3. Equations with absolute values. The absolute value of x3 is equal to 5. Solving nonlinear equations. Quadratic equations. Factoring. Find two numbers that multiply to AC, coefficient of 2 times a constant term, and add to b, coefficient of x. Quadratic formula. b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. Completing the square, rewriting the equation in the form x minus p squared equals q. Quadratic equations and formula is a frequently occurring SAT Advanced Math concept in SAT exams. Example 1. Solve x squared 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Solution x squared 5x plus 6 equals x2 times x3. Therefore, x equals 2 or x equals 3. Equations with square roots. Isolate the square root on one side of the equation and then square both sides. Example 2. Solve square root of x plus 2 is equal to 3. Solution. Square both sides x plus 2 is equal to 9. X equals 7. Equations with absolute values. Split into two cases, one where the expression inside the absolute value is positive and one where it is negative. Example 3. Solve the absolute value of x minus 3 equals 5. Solution x3 is equal to 5 or x3 equals 5. X equals 8 or x equals negative 2. Systems of equations in two variables. A system of equations consists of two or more equations with the same set of variables. Solving systems of equations means finding the set of values for the variables that satisfy all equations in the system. Types of systems. Linear systems. Both equations are linear. Linear-nonlinear systems. One equation is linear, and the other is nonlinear, like a quadratic. Solving systems of equations in advanced math. Substitution method. Solve one equation for one variable and substitute that expression into the other equation. Example 4. Solve the system. Y equals 2x plus 3. X squared plus y squared equals 25. Solution. Substitute y equals 2x plus 3 into the second equation. X squared plus 2x plus 3 squared equals 25. Expand and simplify. X squared plus 4 times x squared plus 12x plus 9 is equal to 25. 5 times x squared plus 12x 16 is equal to 0. Solve the quadratic equation using the quadratic formula or factoring. Elimination method. Add or subtract the equations to eliminate one of the variables. Example 5. Solve the system. X plus y equals 7. x, y equals 1. Solution: add the two equations to eliminate y. 2x equals 8, x equals 4. Substitute x equals 4 back into x plus y equals 7. 4 plus y equals 7, y equals 3. The solution is x equals 4, y equals 3. Here is a list of exercises for nonlinear equations in one variable and systems of equations in two variables. You can see the answers and rationales for each exercise in our SAT Advanced Math article. The link is in the description of this video. Free digital SAT Math Prep course. SFBS offers a free digital SAT Math Prep course. The course goes through a particular skill and knowledge testing point and improves your problem-solving skills and test-taking strategies. It provides a 35-page free part from our digital SAT Math Prep book. You can see the link to this program in the description area of the video. 3. Nonlinear functions. Nonlinear functions are those whose graphs are not straight lines. These functions have at least one variable raised to a power other than 1, multiplied by itself, or in some other configuration that creates a curve rather than a line. In SAT Advanced Math, understanding nonlinear functions involves recognizing their different forms and how they behave on a graph. Key characteristics of nonlinear functions. Nonlinear graphs. The graphs of nonlinear functions can be parabolas, circles, ellipses, hyperbolas, or any other shape that is not a straight line. Variable powers. At least one variable is raised to a power other than 1. For example, x squared, x cubed, etc. Multiple solutions. Nonlinear functions can have multiple x-intercepts, y-intercepts, or roots. Changes in direction. Nonlinear graphs can change direction, unlike linear graphs that are consistently increasing or decreasing. Common types of nonlinear functions in advanced math. 1. Quadratic functions. Form f(x) equals a times x squared plus bx plus c. Graph, parabola, U-shaped curve. Vertex, the highest or lowest point of the parabola. Examples. f(x) equals x squared 4x plus 3. Graph this function. The parabola opens upwards because the coefficient of x squared is positive. The roots are where the function crosses the x-axis. 2. Cubic functions. Form f(x) equals a times x cubed plus b times x squared plus cx plus d. Graph, S-shaped curve with one or more turns. Examples. f(x) equals x cubed 3x superscript 2 plus 2x. Graph this function. The curve starts from the lower left, turns upward, turns again, and moves downward or upward depending on the coefficients. 3. Exponential functions. Form f(x) equals a times b to the power of x, where b greater than 0 and b is not equal to 1. Graph, exponential growth or decay curve. Examples. f(x) equals 2 to the power of x shows exponential growth. f(x) equals 1 over 2 to the power of x shows exponential decay. These functions rapidly increase or decrease and never touch the x-axis. 4. Absolute value functions. Form f(x) equals absolute value of x plus b. Graph, V-shaped graph. Example. f(x) equals absolute value of x, 2. Graph this function. The graph has a vertex at x equals 2 and opens upwards. 5. Rational functions. Form f(x) equals p(x) divided by q(x), where p(x) and q(x) are polynomials and q(x) is not equal to 0. Graphs can have asymptotes and undefined points. Example. f(x) equals 1 divided by x, 1. Graph this function. The function has a vertical asymptote at x equals 1 and a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. Examples and practice problems. Example 1. Quadratic function. Problem. Graph the function f(x) equals x squared dash 4x plus 3. Solution. Identify the coefficients, a equals 1, b equals -4, c equals 3. Find the roots using the quadratic formula x equals 1 and x equals 3. The vertex is at 2 minus 1. The parabola opens upwards. Example 2, exponential function. Problem. Solve for x in the equation 2 to the power of equals 16. Solution. Rewrite 16 as 2 to the power of 4, so 2 to the power of x equals 2 to the power of 4, thus x equals 4. Example 3, rational function. Problem. Determine the domain of the function f, x equals 1 divided by x3. Solution. The function is undefined when the denominator is 0, so x is not equal to 3. The domain is all real numbers except x equals 3. Graphing nonlinear functions. Graphing nonlinear functions involves plotting points and understanding the shape of the function. Here are the steps to graph a nonlinear function. 1. Identify the function type, quadratic, cubic, etc. 2. Determine key features, roots, intercepts, asymptotes, vertex, etc. 3. Plot critical points and sketch the graph based on these points. Here is a list of exercises for nonlinear functions. You can see the answers and rationales for each exercise in our SAT Advanced Math article. The link is in the description of this video. Do you know that we have 400-plus pages of SAT Math Prep book prepared by veteran SAT exam writers and 99th percentile exam instructors? You can purchase it from Amazon. We've provided the link in the description area of this video. Do you follow our social channels? We share important points about the SAT, PSAT, ACT, and college prep, formulas to remember, challenging questions, tips and tricks, strategies, and more. Follow us to stay tuned for your exam prep. We hope you liked our video. Please do not forget to hit like button and subscribe to be notified for new videos from us. We wish you happy learning.